Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Willow, this is Smiles again, we're from Mind Over Matter.
And you're watching the AU review.
Absolutely.
Thanks guys for your time, thanks for coming in. Lots to talk about. You've had a pretty exciting month and a half with a new signing being kind of the start of that period. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We've been working really hard on the new record, This Way to Elsewhere, which will be released early next year, we're thinking. And once we finish that record, our manager shopped it to a few different labels in the country, and we decided to go with Shock Records, and so that's our new little home for the time being, and we've been really enjoying that. Now we're off on tour for Somebody's Love, which is the second single off the record, and it's all kind of a bit of a whirlwind at the moment. Yeah.
What changes when that happens as well? I mean, when someone like Shock comes on board, are there things that immediately change for you?
We're lucky we've got a really good manager, Luke Gerges, who handles us really well, so we're lucky in that sense, but it's good when we team up with people like Shock, because it's just more hands to help, and they've been doing it obviously a long time, and they really know what they're doing, so it's good to be handled with such professionalism, in the Shock.
We've been doing the independent thing for just about our whole careers, and we thought it was time to just get some more hands. Like, many hands make light work, and we were making light work, but now the light's just a little brighter. And hopefully the country needs some, what is it? The sun got polarised, sunnies, Could do with some polarised sunnies after this record's released,
You mentioned Luke before. Can you talk a little bit about kind of the group of great Sydney talent that he has helped foster over the last 5 years or so?
Yeah, well, absolutely. We're part of a larger collective called I Forget Sorry, which is like Chance Waters, Johnny Utah, Cock Dick as well, which is Luke, and us, Mind Over Matter. Also Smiles again on his solo stuff as well. And we've known Luke for, as we said, like 6-7 years, I'd say.
Yeah.
And
he's clocking some years, on Luke. So it's a collective. We all kind of cross promote and help push each other. Luke manages all the artists on that, and we're all best friends as well. So it's kind of a nice little arrangement.
Definitely, and of course Chance has been killing it in the last 6 months or so, or even longer than that. And you guys have got quite a bit of Triple J rotation this year as well, which must feel pretty. What's the word? You've worked hard to get to that point. It must feel like it proves what I'm kind of using the right word. Validate. That's the word. Yeah, you must feel that validates what you've been doing.
Well, it was definitely good to get them on board with Real Life, and obviously that's the first song we've had on full rotation on Triple J, and we saw it in the new fans that we had, and we have been having. It definitely helps get the name out there.
Oh, a good bit of Triple J play doesn't hurt anyone. It does not hurt anyone. Yeah.
So you're on the tour for your second single at the moment. How are those shows going?
Good. Well, we had the first official show of the tour in Melbourne last Friday night, and that was an awesome show at the Workers Club there. We had some good fans came from Tassie, because we're not doing a Tassie show on the tour. We had fans from Tassie there, which was awesome. It was a good night.
Yeah, it was, and the week before that we kind of warmed up the tour with a festival called small festival called Sounds of the Suburbs, which was happening in Cronulla, and it sold out, and it was just a lot of fun. Beautiful day for it. The sun came out to say hello, and it was just it was a perfect way to warm up, really.
It did sound like a fun show, and Chance and I think Bleeding East were the two headlining artists there.
Yeah. Absolutely, it was awesome. It was most of the lineup was rock and punk artists, which were awesome to see play, and So we were one of 2 hip hop artists there, which was awesome to see the reception. Like we try to put a lot of energy into every live show, and I think that goes well with rock music. So it was worked out perfect.
So what happens from here with the album and all that stuff?
Well, since the Christmas period is kind of a bit of downtime in the music scene, so we're going to let that float on by, and then early January we're going to hit or release our new single. Hopefully that does well in the country, and shortly after that will come the album. Release the album, and we cannot wait for it to be out. Like, we're ready. We've got the master. I got the master at home sitting on my desk. It's done. We're already onto the record after it, so we're bursting to release some new music. Yeah.
I bet. And what can we expect from it?
A lot of growth. We ended up taking a while to make this album. We're working with like John Reichardt, instrumentalist and just amazing music prodigy from Sydney that we were friends with, and Matic from Melbourne, a producer there, and it ended up taking about 2 years almost.
Yeah.
The full process, but so we just want to get new music out there, show how much we've grown and diversified as well in our styles and our tastes.
Yeah, Bliss and Esso feature on the new record. Mantra, Chance Waters, Kiki, Ernst Carter Jr., stack of other singers. Rufus produced a track as well. One Above produced a couple of tracks on there, and Matic and John have done the rest. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it must feel. You must look at the last few years, and to see that growth in yourselves must feel pretty good as well.
Yeah, we're excited with where we're at now, with everything, and we just want to keep working on new music and keep creating, because it's it's been a little too long between with putting stuff out, so we just want to stop that little bad habit and start putting out more.
With that said, because it has been a while, we've actually taken the time to kind of grow as artists, and that, like what Willow was talking about, is you got, like, people will definitely hear the growth since our last record, and every record that we finish, whether it be a mixtape or an album, I always think like, that's the best we can do. That is, like, lyrically, like, that's the best we've got. And then I'm always like happier with the next release, and so this is probably the biggest achievement we've done, this album, completing it. It's like climbing Everest. Yeah.
Now you've got another one to face. Thinking of all different song topics, all different, where do we want to take it? So another mountain ahead.